Let's go to Australia, where I guess the weather's a little bit better than it is here. Sarah Rowe, oh wow, look at that weather.
Hi.
You're making us very jealous.
Yeah, it's about 26 degrees over here at the minute.
Wow, holy moly. How's the football going?
So far so good. I've only played one challenge game so far, so I haven't got a proper feel for it yet. I'll know more when the games start, but the training's been going well, and skill development and fitness and all that.
Yeah, I only brought up the football straight away because I don't really want to talk about how good the weather is, but tell us a little bit about how good the weather is. You've been there a month, have you?
Yeah, I had 6 weeks before Christmas, came home for 2 weeks, and I'm just back a week now from Christmas. So the weather actually in Melbourne is quite up and down. So it'd be like maybe 35 degrees one day, 20 would be considered like cold. So today was like a relatively cold day, but tomorrow is due to be 40 degrees. So it's quite up and down, but it's normally very good. So it's a really good lifestyle over here.
Yeah, it sounds like it's amazing. So you obviously had the opportunity to do a bunch of different things. You could have stayed and just concentrated on Gaelic football. There was, last time you were in talking to us, there was some possibility of maybe going to the States to do soccer. What was it ultimately that made you decide that you wanted to go to Australia and have the lifestyle from heaven? It's like such a stupid question.
I suppose it was a new challenge for me. I played soccer. I had played with Mayo, and I thought that the skills were transferable from Gaelic football to AFL. So it just was a completely new challenge, new people, and something I just thought I'd like to experience. And also, I just thought that like I didn't have to give up my in Ireland, stay in Australia. I knew it was like a short-term thing. I could come and go again. So that was a really appealing thing for me, that I could play both AFL and GA at home. So if I had to give up Mayo football at home, I don't know if I would have made the decision to move. So that's what was probably the most appealing for me.
Yeah, so from Collingwood's perspective, obviously, they don't really just want you to come down for one season either. So I guess it makes sense for them to allow you to be able to go back during their off-season and keep your skills up and continue to play really well, and then hopefully come back for year two.
Yeah, they have not invested in a player if they didn't want to keep them for probably longer than a year. But I suppose it'll be all down to how the matches go, how, if I really enjoy the lifestyle, if I want to stay, if I think that I can make a difference out here. So it's kind of all subject to change, I suppose, over the next 2 months, and just see how I get on. Just kind of taking one day at a time so far. But yeah, I'll focus on this while I'm here, and then when I get home, I'll be stuck into the Mayo football then as well.
You say that you thought the skills are transferable and that was part of your decision to go there, Sarah. Have the skills been transferable? Have you just picked it up very easily?
Yeah, they have been quite transferable. Obviously, we kick a lot in Gaelic football with the inside or the outside of our boot sometimes. So it's like always kind of like that punt kick that they want in your body to be in a straight position. So that has been a bit of a change for me, and obviously the shape of the ball and catching the ball is just a bit different. But yeah, it's quite transferable, and like some of the drills that we do would be like hand passing drills that you do at home playing football, but it still comes with the challenges, like the marking side of things. Like you're up against really strong big girls, and I'm just a small player who kind of comes in and crumbs the ball. So there hasn't been a set role. I suppose there's been a few roles, and they want players to be able to play all over the ground. So I've played in numerous positions since I've come out here. So we're just trying to, I suppose, figure out which I'm best at.
And then on a physical level, like you say, obviously there's bigger players there. Is that kind of a rule across the board that they're maybe a bit ahead in strength and conditioning, or not at all, that you're up to speed with them?
In terms of strength and conditioning, no. Like just because they're bigger doesn't mean that they say lift heavier or are stronger in the gym that way. But I suppose just their physical presence being that tall, say the three inside forwards would be like three really tall girls normally, and the kind of around the middle of the field as well, you'd have 2 or 3 like 6'2" girls, but that's their position, and it's completely different to say a position I play. So there's all different kind of shapes and sizes, and but all down to different positions.
How good are Collingwood?
The best. They're so good. They have been nothing but good to me so far, and they've given me everything that I could need. and have been such good support and really good people involved. And if I ever need anything, I always have someone on the other line to help me. So it's been great.
There's a couple of young Irish lads out of Collingwood now as well, is that right?
Yeah. There's my housemate. So there's Mark Kane and Anton Tohill is out here as well. So I see them all the time. They did great integration between the men's and women's teams out here. So we had a joint session with the men's team before Christmas, and that's just to kind of get to know the people around the club. And we had the same with the women's netballing team. So they tried to make it kind of one club, like one voice, one vision. So I always see the boys, and they're getting on well as far as I know, and I watched them training a bit as well, and they've been doing really well.
When did you see?
The thing is as well with because not all the women's coaches are full-time, they're not full-time employed, so the men's coaches would take me for like extra skill sessions on the days we have off and stuff. It's great.
That makes a lot of sense. When does the actual season kick off, Sarah?
3rd of February we play Geelong, down in Geelong, and it's their first game ever in the AFLW, so it'll be a start, and it's on down there.
All right, the line's getting a little bit, the wind has picked up I think a little bit, but Sarah, thanks very much for joining us. We'll check in with you again real soon. Cheers, best of luck. Oh yeah, line's gone.
Very jealous.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's a good time of the year to be down there as well. It's also a fantastic opportunity, the way the seasons work, to be able to dovetail beautifully between the two things, where you can come back and still do what you do. And it's very easy for us to sit here and say it's an easy decision for people to go to Australia when we haven't been in, when we haven't worn the intercounty jersey, when we haven't felt that pride that comes with being a pretty successful county over the past couple of years.
Yeah, totally.
To actually just leave all that. Because for me, it's like a very cold thing. It's like, why would you not go to Australia? You can make money, you can just focus on sport, you get a different culture for a while, and you get that sort of weather. But then you actually put yourself in those shoes, and it's like, are you actually going to turn your back on your county and all the people that might be persuading you to stay? So it's fantastic that, I don't want to say a decision hasn't had to be made, because obviously I'm sure Mayo are training and all that sort of stuff at the moment. So it's good to not have a huge decision like some people have to.
Tommy was saying that when they were setting up the Skype a little bit earlier on, he was getting a bit of a tour. There's a swimming pool behind where she was sitting. So right where we are in the phone is where the swimming pool is. So looks like a nice gaff.
Yeah, I think I'd last for 2 seconds in that country, to be honest. Just like turn purple with sunburn. Never mind red.
Yeah.